All right, men at work, grab your midnight oil. We won't be in excess when we're headed to Bathurst. All right, Bathurst, got ourselves a 206-707 with the, since the update, the car has slowed down a little bit and I'm pretty close to my time from before the update, so that makes me pretty happy. I think the fast guys are going to be doing 205s, maybe some high 204s, we'll see. But let's go through, we'll show you the fast lap that I did, and then we'll go through my thoughts when I'm driving it, what we did there. We'll come back and give some final thoughts about the week to come. Here we go.
You've just done a 206.94. Sector 3 is 0.2 off your best. That lap time was 206.71. That's your best lap in this session.
All right, Bathurst, Porsche Cup fixed. We got ourselves a 206-707. I haven't touched brake bias, anything like that. Let's get to it. First straightaway, got ourselves a decent exit out of the last corner. Talk about that when we get to it. First braking point, when I've got my actually when I'm doing it, settings turned down to get some more frame rate. I can't see this light post here, but that's kind of the area that I'm aiming for. So if you get your settings where you can see that, it's that. Otherwise, it's a bit past the 100 marker there where we're braking. Try to get as close to this grass here as we can without touching it. If you touch it, we're in for a bad time. We'll spin out. Just hold the brakes, get slowed down, aiming for second gear as we come through here. With that wide starting point, we can come down here. Just hold that little bit of brake pressure, and then as we hit that point, we're getting back on the throttle pretty strong. And as we straighten out the wheel, we can get back onto the full power. I went a little early on it, had to lift a little bit there. We're coming all the way out here on the exit to use all the track. But yeah, that's turn one there, and we're full throttle through the straightaway here. And then again, as we come over here, my braking point's kind of in between the 100 and this little access road right here. We want to again get as close as we can to this side to open up the following corner there. We're getting on the brakes, a decent amount of brake pressure, and we're going to go down to third here. We turn in. Don't want to clip the curb on the inside because it unsettle the car too much. Just hold that little bit of brake pressure. And as we come around, we're going to get back onto the throttle. I had a few times where I got on the throttle way quicker, and the delta would go green for a little bit, but then we'd wash out too far, clunk on this curb on the outside pretty hard, and settle the car, and then I'd have to lift. So I don't like that. So we're just going full throttle here. Then we'll come out, we'll kind of roll onto this curb. You just don't want to hit it too hard, is the thing. There we go. And then we're full throttle through here. We want to get up. We can put our wheels on this this white line here. Open this up. And then we're just gonna roll through this corner here. We're gonna get all the way to the left, and then we're gonna start just braking a little bit. And I goofed this up a tiny bit, not too bad, but we're gonna go out pretty far. We would have gone out just a smidge further. We would have had a better angle coming out of here, a little bit straighter up the hill. But this was my fastest lap and didn't quite get it perfect. We're just gonna hold that little bit of brake pressure coming in, getting down to second. Just hold that little bit of brake pressure. See, if we would have been coming out from a little bit wider, we'd have a straighter shot. We wouldn't have to rotate as much through this corner. But as we come through, we're putting a little bit of power in, waiting until we can get the car settled down. I had a few laps where I got on it a little bit harder there, and we've had a nice spin here. And you don't want to spin here because it's there's no place for people to miss you. You're gonna get creamed. Anyway, tow. If you crash here and whatnot, towing's the best course of action. You can't get turned around. Anyhow, we're going full throttle. There's a bump here, so you just need to be aware of that, but we can still go full throttle over it. And as we come around, we're going to try and get the outside wheels into this area between the wall and the white line there. We're just trying to get as far out as we can. I don't think I get it quite that far this time. We're close. But we're gonna have to lift a tiny bit through here. I've tried it. I've tried to set myself up to get it flat. I've come real close, but I can't do this part flat. So we just need a little lift, and then we can go back to full throttle through here, and we're just gonna go full throttle until we get down to these Etihad signs. And then there's going to be a dip coming up. So we're going to lift when we get down there into this compression. So have a lift. Try and get the car again you want our right tires kind of in here. Just have that little lift. We want to avoid hitting this curb. I think I do end up hitting it here. Yeah, could have gone a little smoother there and it wouldn't have been as unsettled, but we did okay through it. But that's suboptimal hitting that there, but we're just getting as far to as close to this wall as we can. And this little curbing here is where we're gonna lift again. We're gonna lift. It's a pretty big lift. I do end up, it looks like I end up tapping the brakes there. Didn't really want to do that. It's a subconscious kind of thing. We're back on the throttle. Coming in. And we're going to stay just inside of this curbing on the left here. And then as we come out, we can bring the throttle back in. And we're going to rub up against this this curbing here. Don't really want to hit that any harder than I did there. If you do, it's kind of, again, dunzo. We're spinning out down to either over here or over there is where you're going to end up sideways, backwards, and all kinds of bad stuff. So we're gonna go full throttle, and then we're gonna hit the brakes right before the crest of this hill. We're hitting the brakes, going to the right hand side, trying to make this as straight a line as we can. And then we're gonna have to fluctuate on the brake pedal. So we're kind of on the brakes, we're gonna lift up as we hit this curb. And we're gonna get back on the brakes. We're downshifting as we can through here. We're aiming for second gear. We're back on the brakes. Ease up a bit as we're coming around this corner. Still keep a little bit of pressure on. And as we come around, we can put a little bit of throttle in. And then we need to get the car turning. I think maybe this downhill section is my bane. It's the toughest part for me. I think maybe we could have turned in a tiny bit later, but we're holding the brakes. A little bit of pressure, and then we can get back on and we can get full throttle through here and turn in, and then it's full throttle for a smidge so we get to this white section of the concrete. Here is where we're going to start slowing down again, and we're going to be coming down to the right here. And we're trying to downshift as quick as we can, help slow the car. Just a little bit of brake pressure. Down to second. Trying to open up the corner a little bit there, so we can get a nice little run through. Then as we hold that little bit of brake pressure, we're gonna come around, trying to figure out where our peak rotation is. Getting as close as we can to the concrete wall without hitting it, and then we're coming back on the throttle. As we straighten out the wheel, got a little squirrely on me on the exit there. We're back to full throttle, and then we are going full throttle for this whole section here. I think everybody knows this. Kind of go out to the left right here. And then braking is going to be around the 150. There's a darker green patch in front of it, and I kind of use that more for my tell me where to start hitting the brakes. So we start hitting it there. We're peaking at the 150. We're going to aim for a third through this, but we want to keep, again, trying to stay as close as we can to this line here without hitting the grass. But we've got to be pretty heavy on the brakes. So we are going fast as we come through here. We're getting down to third. Trying to get that quickly to get that engine braking helping us. We're turning in. We're going to clip this curb just a smidge here. That's on purpose. And we're back on the throttle. And then we can stay pretty much full throttle through here. Just use a tiny bit of wheel. We don't need a ton of wheel. If we put in too much wheel, it'll slow us down and spin us out. One of those two things will happen. Just use a little bit of wheel so we can use all the track and get out to the outside edge here with full throttle. The next braking point is going to be the 100 marker coming up here. We hit it. I think maybe be a couple inches more to the right here. I could be wrong, but we're pretty heavy on the brakes. We've accelerated pretty quickly. We're gonna try and get down to the second here. And I think I might turn in just a smidge early on this. We might have wanted to turn in just a little bit later, but we're doing okay. Just a little bit of brake pressure as we come around. Don't want to clip the inside curb. We're back on the throttle. Then just keeping a little bit of wheel in as we get to the full throttle. We can roll up a tiny bit onto this outside curb here. We don't want to go too much where we hit the grass because that's a bad time. It's really easy to spin out on this last corner here, so just be careful, do some practice with it, and all that stuff, and you'll be good. But anyway, we've now got ourselves a 206.707. All right, like I said, pretty happy with this time here. Feels very quick for me. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to push this hard. this track is always kind of scary for me, especially the downhill section. That's kind of my Achilles heel when it comes to this track. Going quick through there, I get nervous about hitting walls, as everybody does at Bathurst. Everybody's worried about hitting the wall. So probably I don't know that I'm going to be pushing this hard when we actually hit the track. Let's see. We'll try. If you want to watch along live when we do it, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights is when I stream. Thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Think I earned it, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Bye.